I'm sorry to say it. There's no other word or no other way to say it besides that's it.
Yep. I'll tell you right now that the bathroom was roughed in by the builder.
Okay, you can tell me that straight away.
I saw him.
You saw him do it?
One of my kids actually got a shock because Andrew took off a cover off a light switch.
Yep.
I took her to the hospital because she got shocked.
So
you are kidding me.
Previously, this was actually higher because there was the joist that was sitting there.
I'll take a photo. Worksafe and ESV have to come here ASAP. I'm going to call them as soon as I get out of this subfloor. This is now out of control.
Fuck, I'm going to cry. It's a where do you go?
Yeah.
And it's like watching Janelle's video. We get stuck. Like, where do we go from here? How do we get a house that's finished?
Hi, man, all right? Sorry, man, I had to call Worksafe because the job was pretty dangerous.
Look at this chamozzle right there.
Oh my goodness. It is also non-compliant.
This is crazy. It's a complete demo job. Like, you gotta really
Voice, don't raise your voice. I'm talking to you in a civilized way.
Non-compliant. Let's go.
I'm in beautiful Emerald in the Yarra Ranges. These train tracks are for a famous steam train called Puffing Billy. It's over 124 years old and it's still fully functional. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm actually heading right now to a job that is not 124 years old. It's not even 124 minutes old. The job's unfinished. It's still going. And guess what? It's the same builder. Hey man, how are you?
How you going?
Good, man.
You know, this house is for my dying mother. She was meant to be here in February. I wanted her to spend the last time she had on earth in a place where she wasn't confined to a 4x3 room. She could have a shower. Andrew, I'm done. I'm done, Andrew. Piss off! You're a clown. There you go. Sorry, that was me. That wasn't you. Sorry, I'm wrong.
They went hard up on this section as well, and you can see it's cracking. He used foam, spray foam.
Oh, no. I used the spray foam because he told me to. So part of our contract was that we had purchased a Clark rubber pool, but we were looking for someone to install it. And he assured us that, yep, that's fine. I can put it together for you. I can install it. He had his apprentice and a labourer come over and put it all together. They threw the hose in and started filling it. So we were like, yay, we finally got a pool. We came out the next morning and it was collapsing. He sent his apprentice over to come and have a look, told us to take the hose out straight away.
What did you guys do after that? Is it the end or?
The lawyer that we did speak to that would give us the time of the day then quoted us over $200,000 to fight this guy in court.
He just give you a quote, 200 grand. Yeah.
But he said probably more.
And then what did you guys do after that? You know what? That's it, man. It's over for us.
Well, we don't have $200,000.
That's why we're here.
Here's a quick update about our last two victims. Remember our last video? The guys that courier up? The building surveyor issued the direction to fix, but as soon as our video got dropped, he terminated the contract. Well, he attempted to terminate the contract to avoid being liable for direction to fix.
We regret to advise that due to the failure of the owner to progress the works within a reasonable time frame, that the building contract is terminated with immediate effect. This is not a decision that has been taken lightly. We refer the owner to Clause 44 of the building contract, and specifically Clause 44.5. We immediately advise you that you must cease and desist from making or causing others to make comments or remarks that are false, misleading, or untrue. We also require you to have any third party remove from all social media platforms information that is false, misleading, or untrue. We bring to your attention that these actions have the potential for the builder to incur a loss that is recoverable from you under the contract.
And guess what? The building surveyor accepted it. Unbelievable. So what? That means anybody that gets a direction to fix can just exit the direction to fix by ripping out the contract? What a schmozzle, guys. And as for our first victim, Christine, who terminated the contract on her own, her only option now is to sue the builder in VCAT. Apparently her claim is in the vicinity of $500,000. And to make things worse, her drawdown period has ended. What that means is that now she has to make full repayments for her loan, which is around $4,000 a month for that piece of garbage, non-compliant, defective schmozzle, mate. She might even have to demo the house and start again. Now, thanks to our last two videos, the VBA have taken action. They're on this guy's trail. However, let's add a third stop to their trip. They're gonna have to buy a ticket to the Puffin Billy and enjoy the ride and enjoy this beautiful environment and this beautiful schmozzle. The true meaning of a schmozzle, guys. This is an active job site, by the way. What a schmozzle. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Zahia.
Hi, Kelly.
Nice to meet you, Kelly. So before we start doing this inspection, can you tell me a bit about the job and where you're at with this builder at the moment?
Okay, so we're 3 years into a 12-month build. We wanted a nice place, so and something to be proud of. The whole cost was $252,000.
And what's owing on the job now?
$22,000.
$22,000 is his final payment to complete
there's
this.
two final payments.
Yeah, two final payment, which is $22,000.
Yes.
Yeah. And are you happy at where it's at?
No. We called you after we saw the Melton video and then saw the Career Up video because it's the same builder and Career Up's the same situation as we are. So we need to know if there's any problems and issues so that we can get them rectified. So this is the extension. So this is our lounge area with all the...
Oh, I can feel the floor kind of going down a bit here. Did you feel it? Or?
Yeah, so the floor is wonky here. It's a bit bouncy and it's buckled here.
But this is a brand new section of the home.
Yeah, this is all brand new built. Deck outside that's not finished. The rails aren't there. The balustrading's not there. We don't actually really use it because it's unsafe.
Have you told him about this?
He knows about it.
And what did he say? I mean, this is unsafe. It's all open.
Yeah.
So there is a high risk of an incident occurring. We've got to call Worksafe on this guy, man. This is like...
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
So, and as you can see, it's not painted.
Yeah, it's unpainted. You can't expose this cladding for more than 3 months. You lose warranty.
That has been there for over 18 months now.
Now that fireplace, have you guys used it yet?
We've been using that for 2 years because there was no heating down here. So.
Oh, okay, and does he know about that?
He installed that.
Have you told him that, hey, we're going to use this?
He saw me using it. He knows we were using it. I asked him to move it downstairs so that we could have heating down here. As you can see the sky all the way through because it's not flued in properly.
Yeah, and
when it rains heavy, it comes down the pipe. It comes down there. This is the door under the stairs that doesn't have a doorknob.
There's a nail.
Yes, there's a nail, and there's sometimes a nail on this side too, so that's our handle. But the idea of this is so that the dogs can come and go, but as you can see, it's just a dumping ground, so you can't, and you can't because there's no actual path. Oh, but there is a hole on the other side where there's meant to be cladding.
Oh my goodness. There's a lot of work to do here for $22,000.
Yeah, we've realised that. And then the stairs went in, and yeah. And they're not finished, clearly. And the window's not finished, and yes, the spiders do come through that gap.
Aren't you worried that you might fall down here?
Yeah, the dog's fallen off once. So we're just really careful.
Let's check out the distance.
Hey, yeah. Thanks.
It's about 1.7 meters, yeah.
And this is not air gapped as well. So the wind comes through here, and then it goes through the manhole, which doesn't have a cover, and then it goes out the extension, and when you go out on the deck, you can see there's some boards missing from the fascia.
Okay.
That's because the wind had nowhere to go, so it pushed out the in one of our storms that we had.
And the flooring here, what's going on with the flooring? Looks like it's half complete there, and
So when we got told we could move up here, the flooring wasn't done, and that was when we found out the flooring wasn't on the plans. They got to there, but they've never finished
the other section,
any other sections, so this is as far as it's been put in. So the flooring was a variation. We didn't know that. We expected it just to be part of it, but it was not.
This answer right here,
Yes,
this is paid for.
yes.
Can I show you this?
You can show me anything you want.
The grout is not even done.
Yeah, I know. This got put in. This got done after. I've asked a couple of times when they're going to come and grout.
Oh my god! Even the waterproofing here, that's all non-compliant as well, because this is a raised hob, and there's supposed to be an aluminium angle that goes up 15 mil above the tile here, and there's nothing there.
Oh.
And it's even screwed into the tile and penetrated the waterproofing.
Great.
I mean, I haven't even done my inspection yet, and you got to demo the whole thing now. To make it compliant,
Yep.
that's what you got to do.
At the moment, this is the only bathroom we have.
Oh, so everyone uses this one?
Everyone uses this bathroom at all hours of the day and night. Do you know how much privacy we've got? None.
Been going on for how long?
This has now been 12 months.
So when did he tell you, hey, I'm going to finish this reno for you? Like, did he even say that? I mean, it looks like it's never ending.
A couple of weeks ago, probably a bit more, the bank rang and they wanted finalisation date in writing from us.
Oh,
so I have asked Andrew for that. And I told him the bank want a date, and if they don't get a date soon, they're going to start proceedings.
Oh, wow.
So I need a date from the builder, and I've asked for it 4 times now.
And he didn't do anything
I haven't
yet?
had a date.
You must be so stressed. This
can
is so
I tell
stressful,
you?
especially people going in, your kids going in and out here, trying to sleep, using the bathroom.
I can't
my
tell
goodness.
you how stressed this is. Like, it is just astronomically stressful for all of us. This is the first of the studies.
Got the painting to be done, plastering to be done.
Yep.
The fixing looks like it's still being undertaken, all the skirts, architrave and all that. There's still a lot of work to do here.
This is meant to be the master bathroom, and the reason it hasn't been finished is because of the electrical work, apparently.
What the hell is this?
That's the builder roughing in the bathroom.
What do you mean the builder roughing in?
The builder roughed in the bathroom.
Is this live? Let me just check. I wonder if it's live. So the builder, live power. Live power. Yep. So he's roughed in.
He roughed in the bathroom.
By himself?
Yep.
But who the hell would sign this off? I don't reckon this is signed off.
Oh, so that's the problem now, is that then we had an electrician come in and do the other rooms, and now it needs to be all
checked.
Redone.
Oh, redone?
Redone. So he's told me that I owe him money for the work that's already been done, the electrical work.
Yeah.
And then now I'm also going to owe him for the second lot of work to rip it all out.
So he must have stuffed up something, and he's like, fuck, I better get someone professional.
No one wants to certify something that they can't see and that isn't their work. So they all need to rip it out and redo it.
We're going to have to call ESV and Worksafe.
We can't use the bathroom because it's got no lights.
So
the window,
no light. Yep.
The window hasn't been frosted.
I'm looking at the tiles here. The tiles are spot fixed.
Yes, and I know that he hasn't paid the tiler because the tiler's been back twice and asked me to tell him to pay him. And the tiler came here and confronted me.
To your house, here?
Yeah, and said, I can't get a hold of him, he won't pay me. It was nice the first time. I said, look, I'll let Andrew know you were here. And then I messaged Andrew, hey, the tiler's been here. And then the second time he came, he was filming me and trying to get me to say that I had hired him and that he would come in and finish the work. And I said, I didn't have anything to do with it. That's the builder you need. And I sent a message to Andrew saying, sort this out. I can't have him coming and confronting me.
Exactly right.
It's got nothing to do with me. You hired him. I'm not the builder. And that's what I said to the tiler.
Let's have a look at this as well. So here as well, when the water goes underneath the tiles, it's going to come here and there's no water stop around the opening. So there has to be like a barrier around the whole penetration. Yep. So water will eventually come here, trickle down and deteriorate the chipboard. Okay. That's already not compliant right there without even me looking at the bathroom.
Yep.
You got to rip it out.
Cool. Okay.
and I'll get you a quote. I'm gonna ring my friend who's a builder to come here and have a look and give you an estimate, like a ballpark estimate. Thing is with this here, you'll only see problems after probably like 2 years.
Yep.
And then by then, the builder would have went, see you later, mate.
Yeah. So it leaves us with no one, doesn't it?
Yeah. Then you got to go to court, pay a lawyer, pay an expert report, 2-year wait in court.
Yeah. So
it's a nightmare.
So then it doesn't get us our fix, does it?
Yeah.
Like.
No, I mean, you have to chase the builder.
Well, we can't get the builder to finish the work he's meant to be doing now, so...
That's why we're gonna call the VBA. I'm gonna give them a call, send them a report, video, everything, and tell them how urgent this job is, because this is the 3rd victim and they have to do something about it.
Well, as I said, I rang them and they didn't really give a shit.
So if it's not the builder that's turning up to do the work, like who does he send?
He has a contractor who's a carpenter, and he has been here, Shane, and we wouldn't have gotten to this point if it wasn't for Shane being on site and actually committing to doing the work. So Shane has been brilliant, like really pushing, and he has been pushing Andrew. So I push from one side and he does the other. He's been great.
Yeah.
Like he's literally pushed through and made sure things were done correctly.
All right, I'm gonna start my inspection. We're gonna go hard on this guy.
Cool. No worries, thank you.
I wanna start with the site entry area. We can see that there is not one site sign. I actually got confused when I came here. I thought I was on the wrong address. Now, that is in breach of the occupational health and safety regulations and the building regulations. This guy can face up to $40,000 fine just for that. I thought that this over there was a sign, since this has been going on for over 3 years. And when I came there and I had a look, it was just an offcut off a door. Have a look at this rubbish. Couple of $100 and you can clean this up, and it's been sitting there for 3 years, and you can tell this guy is just a butcher, mate. Just a butcher. Now, if we look at the plans, and I'm gonna put these plans for you guys to see. Now it says, the construction shall take all steps necessary to ensure the stability and general water tightness of all new and or existing structures on this allotment during all works. Now this guy clearly has not done that. Water's penetrating the subfloor. So if we look at the southeast elevation of the plans, it clearly shows that there should be a window installed here. However, the window is installed there and it's a different sized window. Now, according to the contract, the stages have been completed. It's all been paid for. Forget about it's been paid for or not. I mean, the cladding is not even compliant. It's been exposed to the weather all that long. Can't be more than 3 months, and also it's been embedded into the ground, so that is also in breach of the manufacturer's installation manual. And then if we come here and we have a look at the works to the existing section of the home, and then we bring up the plans, remove existing window, replace with new double glazed. Not done. Remove existing door window combination, replace with new double glazed window and wall, and make good. Nothing installed. Removed post to veranda to match existing. There's nothing there. I mean, this guy has a last payment due after he completes everything, and we're talking about under $20,000. And what I'm seeing right here are works that are yet to be completed, and it's a lot of work so far. And I'm looking at the plans as well. It says remove existing fascia and gutter and replace with new. We can have a look at the fascia. It's still the existing one, it hasn't been done. The cladding throughout here also has not been completed. There's still painting to be done, patching to be done. And if I take a look at the jam section, I can see a timber frame. And I wonder if he built those windows himself. Most likely there is no end dam as well. My goodness. The sarking is not even installed as per the standards. Take a look, guys. I can see the timber frame. Have a look how they've done the power here. They've got this gate protecting the power. There's people living here, mate. And if we open the switchboard, and we have a look. Have a look how these guys have run the cables, all exposed, no labeling, nothing in breach of AS 3000. I mean, forget about breach of regulations. This is actually a safety issue right there, guys. It's an extension. People are living here. How dodgy can you be, mate? Get an electrician to do the job for you. What the hell is this? And who the hell did that? I'm gonna report this right now. Didn't bother straightening the wall, just slapped it on. Look at this, guys, 13 mil. The whole wall has to come off. It's in breach of the technical data sheet from the manufacturer and also the guide to standards and tolerances. It's just poor workmanship. Man, you're getting paid to do a job. The whole wall is all stuffed. This wall hasn't even been completed. And he's got paid for the cladding to be installed. Let's check out how straight this wall is. It's not even fixed into position, mate. Look, it's all shaking around. Oh my goodness, this is like crazy, guys. If we have a look at the plans, guys, it also states that 10 mil foil board has to be installed instead of the sarking that I got here, that's fabric. The cladding is not even completed and he's gotten paid for the lockup stage. Now this is in breach of the Domestic Building Contracts Act 995, where you can get fined for actually sending a bill and getting paid for it and it has not been completed. Now if we look at the northwest elevation, it shows that the bottom section right there is supposed to be decking, but he's returned the axon panels all the way down. I'm not sure if he was trying to save cost or he just didn't read the plans properly. One section is already exposed there, hasn't been completed. The stormwater is not even connected. Now that is also in breach of AS 2817. I mean, this guy didn't connect the stormwater temporarily. So basically it's all ponding down. We've seen the water going into the subfloor. We're gonna go into the subfloor soon and show you guys. But look, it's not graded away. It's ponding here and returning back in. Now, if we look here, look what this guy done. He's just put sarking on the new section and check it out, guys. I can see the plasterboard. Live power has already been fed. This is all live power exposed. Imagine kids coming here and playing around. Check out the proximity between the power and the water, non-compliant, in breach of AS 3500.3 and also AS 3000, guys. All right, so I'm gonna go in there, but have a look, guys. The job has been sitting here for a couple of years. It's home now to all those spiders. And it's actually, have a look. You can see the water just accumulating underneath the stump there. There's also water in the subfloor. That's probably coming from that ponding water that I showed you guys before. And what the hell is going on there, guys? Let's have a look. Coming from there as well, you can see. And there's a section right there where there's a dip in it. That's in breach of the National Construction Code as well. There has to be graded away. And there's actually power that's been, I just saw that. It's been thrown on the floor where the water's running. Worksafe and ESV have to come here ASAP. I'm gonna call them as soon as I get out of the subfloor. This is now out of control. This is out of control, guys. Unbelievable. Let's see if there's power. There's power. There's power in this, guys. This is live power. Live power that's been thrown. My goodness, I would not risk it. Look over there, the orange cable, how it's been laying down. This is straight from the power. This is so far the worst, guys. The worst job that I've seen. And have a look how it's packed the bearers. Just a bit of cement sheet all over the place. It's not fully bearing as well. There's supposed to be insulation installed as per the plans. He's just put sarking. Let's see if there's any, yeah, there's no bats installed. No bats installed, guys, as well. So he has to put insulation to the whole subfloor. The whole subfloor needs insulation. Electrical's stuffed. Oh my goodness. Power is on the floor, on the ground, guys. And water's in the subfloor. Check this out, guys. I have to take some photos. See that? Look at the power. On the floor. Look, the one over there, it's actually touching the floor. And it's all moist. The actual floor, the ground here is all moist. Water is coming under the subfloor. Power's on the floor. This is unbelievable. You know, that stump there is leaning, and also there's power that's running. Oh my goodness, guys. No, this is way too much. Under the subfloor, spiders everywhere, live power touching the ground. If water does reach me, I'm finished, that's it. So I'm gonna go measure the level for this stump, and then I'm getting the hell out of here, and we're gonna call ESV and Worksafe and see if they come. So this post is 33 mil out over a meter. Let's have a look at this way. 73 mil out. 73 mil out of plumb. This is the one that I saw all the way from the entry that's leaning. If I turn it around this way, you can see how much it's leaning. Look, guys, see that? Really bad. That's because of all the water ponding. This is coming from the main power box, and it is sitting on the ground. On the ground, guys, live power. So let's turn around and get the hell out of here ASAP, guys. Now I gotta clean myself. Now we're looking at the northwest elevation. No cladding is installed. There is no sarking that enters the eaves gutter. Now this is a BEL 29 requirement. HB 39 as well states that the sarking has to enter the gutter. There's nothing there, so basically non-compliant. There's supposed to be also a skylight installed in this area as per the plans, which goes in the pantry. Not installed. Let's get up and have a walk. All right. There is plaster that is exposed to the elements, and then we have electrical being run like this. We've got this flue for the fireplace. This is not compliant at the moment, and let me show you why. The plans state flue to fireplace to be a minimum of 300 mil above any roof within a horizontal distance of 3.6 meters. Now if I measure this, we've got here 1.66 meters away. It has to extend 300 mil above the roof line. That's not compliant. This is a safety hazard. We've got 10 mil foil board not installed to the cladding. Now let's have a look at this here. All right, so there's a couple of problems here, guys. First of all, we have the spreader spreading onto flashing in breach of HB 39. There's no end cap installed here, so basically this will encourage the water to discharge this way in the not in the direction of flow. It's not sealed. The downpipe is not sealed. There's all these gaps here. All these gaps are exposed in breach of the BEL 29 rating, and also there is something really strange about this section, because I was looking at the plans before. Let's bring up the plans, guys. The plans show 2 horizontal windows, so it has to be one more of these windows here. They've changed the window to a longer window all the way down. Now that is also in breach of the plans. They haven't updated the plans. Non-compliant. Other than the non-compliant works that I'm seeing right now, the views are magnificent. What a beautiful day to bust this guy. Oh my God, I want to go have a look at other items, and then we're going to break it down to the homeowner. James Hardie accent panels is one of my favorite products. However, the installation makes it look like trash. No flashing, no external angle. Let's put this light here and just try to lift this up. No flashing at all, guys. No flashing at all. They just wrapped it. Look at this, guys. They've just wrapped it. That's all they've done. There's a couple of types of finishes you can do to this. There's a sealant option, there's a trim option, and there's also an external angle option. But this guy didn't use any of them. He just left it like this. Look at the gap. How dodgy does this look? I really feel sorry for these homeowners. They're dealing with this builder. And here as well, no external angle here installed. Just a piece of timber. This guy has so much work to do here that I don't think he will have the funds to finish this. There's supposed to be decking installed to the subfloor area here. Nothing is installed. I'm guessing this is the decking. Now if we have a look inside the home.
Hello?
Hello? Hey mate.
Yeah.
How's it going, man? All right?
Hey, how are you?
Good, man. We're just doing an inspection here today, man.
Oh, mate, to be honest, I haven't been told about it, but if you're here to do an inspection, bro,
Yeah?
more than welcome. Bro. So,
Mate, this place is so bad, man.
yeah.
Do you mind if we have a chat with you about what's going on?
Yeah, mate, like I'm more than happy to give,
Yeah.
you know.
Beautiful. Can I put the mic?
Yeah, no,
Just
you're
so we
right.
can. Yeah. I'll probably put it here for looking like this.
Shaddy.
Yeah.
And you're, I'm guessing, are here?
Yeah, that's right.
So I've heard
TikTok
of a lot
inspector,
of
bro.
that, so, yeah,
I'm looking at all these tools. I'm looking at the way you dress, man. You're too pro for this job, mate.
Oh, well, mate, you got to set an example, to be honest, if you got apprentices and things like that.
So you got the PPE on.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the whole job is a schmozzle, mate.
Yeah. No.
I'm looking around here and I'm reviewing the plans,
Yes.
and there's supposed to be a post here and a post here.
Yep.
Where the hell is it?
So, so the builder actually did get a post prior to me starting this project, which is just under the bench over there. Been here for over a year or so. It's obviously severely weather damaged. And he tried getting me to use it, but I refused to use it.
Oh, yeah.
And I did actually request that he did actually supply me with a new post, but there's obviously not one around.
So you're saying this has been suspended like this for a year?
Yes, so even before I came to this project.
Mate, what the hell is it? Why didn't he just remove it when it's ready to install?
Well, if you look at these,
mate,
these
look
are
at
all,
this.
yeah.
Who the hell put this up? Look at this. It's
Mate, that's not even safe to walk on or anything.
look at this.
Yeah, and not only that,
Mate, all this timber around here, I had to get the worst one and patch it up.
patch it up. And not only that, where's the handrail? To be honest,
Yeah.
I can't purchase materials or supply. That was not part of my agreement with him. So he's never given me or supplied me with materials to be able to put a handrail.
But you're just a carpenter.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
You're not the project coordinator, project manager.
No, definitely not. No. As time went on, he kind of gave his responsibility to me, but I'm not allowed to take on that role, that position.
Yeah.
So, you know, and trying to obviously create a safe work site and things like that, and having apprentices, that's not my role to do. I'm here to just do my carpentry work.
To be honest, when I came to the job, I kept driving forward. I couldn't even find the job site.
When I first came, you couldn't even actually get a car in the driveway, to be honest, bro.
Oh, no way.
So all that materials that is on the side there used to literally just be laid all under the in the dirt, all in the driveway. As I said, they could not have access. So when I had my apprentice, before, because he just lived around the corner, I'd always have him move materials, clean up the site, trying to make it safe and things like that.
How long you been working for this guy?
So I think about 18 months I've been working with Andrew. I met Andrew on an app. I thought it was a trusted app.
Yeah.
And he seemed pretty smart and things like that from the start. And when I first met him, my role was only as a carpenter, so it's not in my duty or my I can't go into that sort of conversations, things like that with him, because it's not, in a way, it's not my business.
Now, did you ever bring up non-compliant work? Say, hey man, look, this is not my business.
Yes.
I want to tell you about it. What are you going to do about it? Have you ever brought these things up with him?
Yes, definitely. So I've even texted him and made him aware that I'm aware that he is doing things that are non-compliant.
Yeah.
But he's always given me an answer which I've just learnt to not argue or I've just have to accept, because at the end of the day, he's the builder and he obviously understands a lot more than me. So every single thing that it was non-compliant, I have texted him about and informed him about and made him aware, but
he just ignores it.
He just ignores it, to be honest.
Yeah. It's been going on, like this job here has been going on for a long time now. And it's going nowhere, man. I've been walking around here and I saw some electrical works laying around and stuff like that. Man, that's not an electrical job. Like, who the hell?
Yeah.
Who the hell ran that?
Well, to be honest with you, no electrician will do work like that. You know, so. And I'll be fair with you. I actually, at the start of this project, I insisted that Andrew bring out an electrician because there was existing electrical which needed to be removed before demolition. And he informed me that he'd obviously come out to site and do it all himself and change the things himself because he could not get an electrician in time. And I actually questioned him. I said, Andrew, mate, for any electrical work, aren't you actually meant to have a certified electrician, even if it's just as simple as moving a power point or a light switch? And he's just shrugged it off like, nah, you don't need to have an electrician to do something simple as that. But
oh wow, how would you describe working for this builder for all these years, man?
Oh, to be honest, a real struggle and a real battle, to be honest. As I said, because he's so smart, so
But what do you mean by smart? Like, I don't understand.
So he understands everything in building, like with a really good understanding, and that's why I kind of stuck along with him, because I thought took it as a good learning experience.
So you trusted him?
So
you basically trusted him?
Yes, of course, definitely.
Yeah.
Because as I said, every time I would question him, he'd always have an answer, and not only that, he'd also provide me with like the where it states in the Australian standards or where it states in the NCCs to back himself up. So I had every reason to believe what he was saying was correct.
Yeah. And that's why you kind of trusted him, like this guy's like my teacher.
Yes, definitely.
And you know what? I'm being guided by him.
Yes, he's taken me away to some other projects.
Yeah.
And I've gone there and
it's a schmozzle, just say it.
It was more than a schmozzle, I'm telling you.
Oh, you got it.
I'm telling you.
Oh, it looks like we're going to have victim number 4, 5, 6, 7, mate.
He hired a trade-off air tasker, to be honest, who he wasn't even a trade. He came from a banking background, and I've gone there, and the poor client's got self-leveling concrete all over the walls because his hands were filthy.
Oh, wow.
He's gone and there's gaps between all the timber flooring and everything like that. So it's as if he's kept me here, and then every time he's had an issue on any other project, he will then get me involved to fix his, excuse my language, to fix his mistakes. Let's keep it clean. It's just repetitive because it just happened recently as well. He had sent me to a Baronia project, and I actually confronted him because the frame was actually passed, and it was far from finished off. It was far from
good.
Far from good, yeah.
Now, why do you keep working for this guy?
Well, because he actually offered me a few positions and things like that. And also, like in the future, I'll have hopes to become a builder, and which he's aware of. So he was actually going to get me to potentially, which he's even written in messages to me, to project manage the 3 projects and things like that, and work alongside of him and help him run the building. So then I can obviously use that towards creating my portfolio for my builder's license. But now,
so he's promised you that.
Yeah, well, yes.
He's promised you. That's why you're like, fuck, I better say with this guy.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going to give me like a project management position.
Yes.
You know, hey bro, can you go help me with this project? It's a schmozzle. You're like, oh shit, all right, I'll go help you. You know, just so you can get the experience on that role.
Definitely, you know, and having step up into that role of being a project manager. That's kind of where I'd love to get into as well.
You've been a carpenter on this job site.
Yep.
Since what, about over a year ago, you said? What's your role been? Just carpentry, or what happened?
So from the start of the project, I was just as the carpenter. But as time went on, Andrew was not as, he was not really on site and things like that. So he then had the trust in me because he saw that I was pretty, like, he actually spoke highly of me, to be honest. So he kind of gave me a bit of that role to discuss things with clients.
So were you paid to do that job? I mean, it must have been a different kind of payment system than normal carpentry. You know?
No, well, this job was based on an hourly rate, to be honest. And when I did take on that extra role, I was not offered any reimbursements or any like discussions about what he will be paying me.
So has he paid you to date?
He has paid me to date, let's say, but the manner in which he is paying me, really, there was times where I'd be 2-3 months without receiving payments.
Like how much we're talking about?
So,
like ballpark?
Like at one stage, I think I had almost $20,000 outstanding with him. He'd always have an excuse for you. Like, it's, you know, but how far can you go with excuses before enough is enough in a way, you know? Like, and that's, there's no protection for us as trades. You know, there's all the protection for the builders and them getting their payments, but what about us trades? It's, you know, it's hard enough as it is.
So when you guys found out about the video that we've done, the first video, what was your initial reaction about the builder?
I don't want to take part or be a part of,
the schmozzle.
Yeah. Like it's not what I signed up to be a carpenter for. I love my job. I've kind of distanced myself from him, and as I said, I've started to be careful what I do believe and what I don't believe of what he says. So so it's not right what he did, to be honest. It's just a shame that there's no protection for the clients or anyone, to be honest, besides the builder. Along the way, I then got made aware that he's been paid most of it for this project, which by rights, but he should not have been paid because there's so much incomplete works on this project. And yeah, I'm trying to get an invoice paid, and he's overdue. He won't pay me that, but he then goes and hassles the clients, and his right to get his payments whenever he wants and when he needs it. I feel sorry for him. These are hardworking people trying to, build their dream home in a way. And look at the grouting, bro. He's used a different color on the niche. And I told him, I said, why would you continue grouting if you know that it's a different color? Why wouldn't you just stop and then go get the new color?
But who did the grouting?
Andrew.
So the builder did the grouting?
Yes. I even sent him the color that he was actually meant to get. And I don't know why, for some reason, he just went and got his own color, comes and starts using it. You can clearly see it's a different color, and chooses to continue and finish it all.
The whole thing needs to be demoed. The water stop at the door opening is non-compliant.
Yeah.
The raised hob is non-compliant.
Yeah.
It has to be 15 mil above the finished floor level. That's supposed to be an angle.
Yeah.
Like, forget about the grout.
No, of course.
This is the whole thing needs to be demoed, mate. Have you tried to tell the clients, hey man, look, the builder, I wouldn't pay him this stage, be careful. Like, have you tried to give him some warning for the homeowners?
I try not to overstep my boundaries with what I'm allowed to do, but I feel like with my role, I have to at some point step in before the project gets too far and it becomes dangerous, to be honest. If you actually go to the staircase down the bottom, you see, so there's a...
We'll go have a look.
Just, watch yourselves. All right. So there's one that you can't see, but I already know, and it's behind the plaster here. So if I'm not mistaken, there's a post over here, and he's gone and just welded, got some steel plates and just laminated it. So it's tying in one beam to the other post. Because this floor here, I believe, used to continue through. So he's gone and removed the subfloor from here, and gone and framed in the staircase, and just done the plate there. And I actually asked him, does it need to be engineered? And he said, no engineer would actually look at this project. It'd be too expensive of a project for any of them to look at. And
you're joking.
No, that's no word of a lie. And I was actually concerned because I said, every job I've done, there's been engineering and an architectural plan. So I was a bit confused. And as I said, that was at the start of when I first worked with him.
What the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
Like, man, I didn't see this on the engineering, on the drawings.
Yeah.
What happened here?
I don't know. That was put in, as I said, prior to me. So
you are kidding me.
Previously, this was actually higher because there was the joist that was sitting there.
I gotta take a photo. I haven't seen this yet.
You can't tell me that's safe. I'm sorry to say it. Without an engineer or a surveyor signing off.
And it's overhanging 50% of it. My goodness, mate. I'm freaking out, man. What the hell is this?
I said I'm speechless. I have no words to say. Have you seen the quality of the door? There's mold going on. This was.
Oh, this is mold. Oh my goodness.
This is mold. This door was out there.
But did you tell the builder, hey man, look, this door.
I have photos. And I said to him,
so, mate, it's damaged. Are you sure you want me to install it?
He goes, yeah. You just use it. It'll be fine, mate.
You're kidding me.
This is not the only doors here. I'm sorry, mate. Would you like to see the other 3 doors he brought me to try to get to you?
Yeah, come on, let's go. Mate, is this power live? Just let me double check.
Yes.
It is, yeah?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And have these homeowners got kids?
Yes, so they have 3 daughters, I believe.
This is really, really bad, man.
I'm
going to call Worksafe right now.
Over there's some exposed cables, which I think is dangerous as well, because someone might accidentally fall into it or something and get zapped.
You've got a wire just hanging around like this. Look at this, mate. A kid can get it, just take it off and get zapped.
I actually requested he get the electrician out here, and I even have it on text message, to remove all of this. Man, this is what he's left me.
Mate, this is I have no words to describe what's going on here. Forget about non-compliance. This is now about safety.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And workmanship. Don't worry about workmanship. Don't worry about compliance. You've got exposed wires live.
Yeah.
Who would actually run these cables like that? An electrician would never do that. I've never seen an electrical contractor do that.
I asked Andrew, hey, please get an electrician to move this or do this. And he took it upon himself to actually move and do things himself. Some of these builders just feel or believe that they can do what they want with no consequences, and you can clearly see that they can.
I really appreciate you coming forward like this and talking about that, because a lot of people will go, "Nah, bro, I just want to get paid, bro, and see you later." Yes,
we all do it for money and to earn something, right? But I do it because I love my job, and mate, if you actually met me, I actually wanted to drop out of school in year 10 to become a carpenter, and I used to have arguments with my whole family. Dead set, they come get into IT, be a doctor, you know, and that's not what as I said. I've always been. I love using my hands and things like that. So, you know, to come into something like this, it breaks your heart in a way. I'm not putting any blame on myself, but I did try to, as I said, step in and make the clients aware at the times. And I even said to her, you know, because she was unaware of what she could do either, and I even said to her, if you'd like, you know, you can obviously speak to the Ombudsman, or you can even approach VBA.
You think she called the VBA?
Yes, definitely, and she did not get too much of a result from them, to be honest.
Well, yeah, all right, cool. We'll have a chat about that soon, man.
Yeah.
So how do you think the experience of this homeowner is like with the builder?
Yeah, so when I first met Kelly, that's the first thing I did. I asked her, you know, how is the builder, because I was not obviously aware, or I haven't previously worked with him. She actually told me he was good, so I took her word, and she said, you know, that downstairs extension section, they did a good job and things like that, but yeah, I'm not sure she was exactly aware of how bad it is. Yeah, definitely. As time went on, he just kept further distancing himself, which the client would then take it, like come and ask me questions, and people would ask me. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, I've just been organised to be the carpenter, so I'm not sure, you know.
But the homeowner has actually paid this guy fully, and there's only like one progress payment left. Like she trusted him so much that she's just paid him. So how do you think this builder keeps getting away with this kind of thing?
He knows what he can and can't get away with. He knows what the loopholes are and things like that. That's what I said to you. He was actually a really smart fella, because for everything, he knew how to do it.
Does he think he's going to get in trouble from the VBA?
Do you want the serious answer? I actually asked him about this in relation to the Malta project.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I'll just get a slap on the wrist."
VBA, if you're watching, I hope you do something about it, because no good. After that video came out, you were like, holy shit, man, I'm working for this dodgy guy.
I thought he might actually go under, to be honest, because of how much was non-compliant at that project.
I'll ring Darcy right now.
Andrew, your surveyor has...
He's the fucking building surveyor.
Okay, call him. Call him.
Right?
Call him. I asked you, I requested this yesterday. I requested you call the surveyor yesterday. And not only that, I asked you, Andrew, how long are we here for? You said one fucking day. One fucking day to cut this wall out. Put in beams, right? Put in beams. Do a straighten all these walls. Do an internal lockup. Yeah? You got fucking weatherboards fucking missing. Look at the state of the fucking job site. You don't have a fucking toilet on fucking site. If OH&S was to, fucking Worksafe was to come here, they'll shut you down. So do you want me to send this to OH&S or fucking Worksafe?
Do you want to see the fucking
I'm not a rat.
Agreement with the owner?
I'm not a
the owner
rat.
says he's providing access to the toilet.
I'm not a fucking rat. I'm here to work with you.
But I'm telling you, the agreement with the owner says he's provided access to the toilet.
And I asked him to use it, if I can use the toilet yesterday, and what did he say to me, Andrew?
Yeah.
What did he say to me? What did he say to me, Andrew? And you know I have stomach issues, mate.
I know that.
You know I have a health condition.
I'm going to send him a...
So I'm not going to waste my time, pack up all my tools every time I need to go to the toilet. Because I'm sorry, mate, I can't predict the future about what's going to happen to my stomach, mate.
I know that.
You know that, so why didn't you get a toilet?
Do you know what? Because...
Why?
Do you know what? Because no one else has raised the concern
what, because it's
you. Right? No, because
you're not engaging fucking proper trades, mate.
Mate.
What?
I'm engaging in qualified trades.
Who?
They're qualified carpentry companies. Yeah, they've fucking done some shit work, and I've held them responsible for it.
Qualified. That's a good fucking screw. Qualified.
Yeah.
Qualified. Okay, why didn't they know? Why didn't they know that they need to fucking cover the subfloor here, Andrew? And I got to come in now and put on fucking boards in this shit. In this fucking shit. Right? Why? Where do we start? Where the boards from? The top or the bottom?
Yeah.
Where do we start them from? The bottom. So why the fuck why is there a board missing there?
Because
right. Look at the fucking dog leg in this. You telling me a trade did that?
Yes.
Who? You? You're not a trade. You're a builder.
I didn't fucking do the retaining wall.
Who did?
Fucking wankers from local. I'm not going to say that because you're recording.
Have a look at this.
Yeah.
Where's the gal nails? Where the fuck are the gal nails?
Yes. Because all of that's been fucking...
Where's your fucking joist protection? I understand it's undercover, but fucking there's wind and rain, Andrew. Enough of your lies, enough of your bullshit. Pull your head in. And I asked you, but you've been paid for that job. And it's not completed, so why were you paid? For something that's incomplete. Why were you paid for something that's incomplete and it's very fucking important? It's a fire-rated fucking wall. And not only that, it's been done wrong.
The fire-rated...
It has been done wrong.
Can you let me speak?
Is it not done wrong?
Yes, and
So how did it get signed off?
Hang on, can I fucking talk?
You can.
Right? Because I shouldn't have to raise my voice to fucking talk, right?
No.
Now,
I shouldn't have to be in this state either, Andrew. But I am because I'm fucking sick of your lies and your bullshit, Andrew. And I don't even like recording. This is disgusting. This is an embarrassment. I'm not that person to record people. I hate that shit. I'm honest, mate.
Can I?
I'm fucking honest, mate.
Can I fucking talk?
Fucking go ahead.
Okay. The fire-rated wall that needs to be inspected is the wall between the house and the garage.
Yes.
Internal wall.
Yes. The internal wall? All the internal walls, which was shown. Yeah. Yes.
And do you know when they need to be inspected?
When?
When the fucking services, because...
Okay, but what about... Hang on. No. But you're talking about something different. You're talking about something different. I'm talking about the boundary wall between the garage and the neighbours.
That doesn't get that doesn't get inspected.
Is that not a fire-rated wall?
Yes, but it doesn't get inspected.
Okay, so why the fuck was it the work there done dodgy? You can't see it in the video? Andrew.
Do you know what? And have I not spoken to the carpenter about the fact that
Andrew,
Has the carpenter not
all you have done is blame everyone else. Who is the primary? Who's the primary contractor?
Yes.
Who?
And I've spoken to
So who needs to be on top of all of it?
Pack up and go. There's no point. Mate,
you're just a fucking Andrew. You're not.
Turn it off.
You're not. You're just giving me excuses about bullshit.
I'm not.
Andrew, all you've done, I asked you, you said to me,
do you know what?
I said to you, I'm not just some cheap shit labourer. Hang on. How do we flip this? I said to you, I'm not some cheap shit labourer. How do you expect me to come to a Worksafe which is fucking like this, Andrew? Which is your responsibility to be on top of whoever it needs to be to have this in fucking order. But you blame everyone else, mate. I'm meant to be your right-hand carpenter, as you said, mate. You said right-hand carpenter. Is this how you treat your right-hand carpenters, mate? Is this how you treat them? Is this the acceptable? Is this what you allow your trades to fucking walk into as your primary fucking contractor?
Stop recording.
No, mate. No. Is this what you expect, Andrew?
Yeah.
And to see him still having his license and still 3-4 projects still going.
This is 1 month.
I'm concerned.
Yeah. You're saying that this guy is smart, he knows the regs, NCC, etc.
Yeah.
Then why doesn't he do the right thing? Why does he keep doing the same thing again and again and just making a schmoz of the whole thing? Why?
I'm confused about that as well, to be honest. And I actually brought that up to him and I said to him, Andrew, like you're so smart, you come from a good family. I don't understand why you're doing these things, to be honest, mate. Like you can actually be so successful from just running a proper building company, mate. He does not take accountability for his mistakes. And that's the thing is he kind of knows in a way that, as I said, that he can get away with this stuff.
Yeah, he keeps doing it again and again.
It's everywhere. It's happening everywhere. And I've told him, I said, Andrew, you've shot yourself in the foot that many times, mate. These people work so hard, right, to get a mortgage, things like that, to be able to build their dream homes, and I'm sorry, is this a dream or is this are we living in a nightmare? If you were to try to go through this whole project and inspect anything and find all the faults, it's going to work out cheaper to knock it down and rebuild. Well, I love my job that much, like I'm happy to hang on, but how long for before, as I said, before it starts affecting my health, and which it has more than once, several times.
Worksafe's here.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Is it seriously Worksafe?
I think so.
Oh, all right. Oh. So where would you like to start, or? Yeah. He wants to start with the demolition crew. I follow Worksafe on Instagram, mate, and you're starting to post more, which is good.
Yes, definitely.
What do you reckon? Worksafe is on site, mate. We're going to tell them about the electrical works, how there's cables everywhere, and hopefully they can take action.
Andrew, could you please give me a call back? It's kind of a bit of an urgent matter. Worksafe has turned up to site, mate, so pretty speechless now, mate. Like, for Worksafe to turn up, mate, I don't think things are going good. So I'll wait to hear from you. Thank you. That kind of explains to you in a way, right, is how he runs his projects, you know. Just make an appearance, mate. Handle things in a mature way, and the mature way is to openly discuss things, regardless whether you agree or not, but just make the effort, that's it. If you go on VBA's website, right, the first thing that they always tell you to do is try to consult with the practitioner or something like that and get a resolution, which I have been in progress for several months. And I've brought all these things up to him. Sorry. Hey, Andrew. Oh, yeah, no, mate. Just want to let you know, Worksafe has turned up to Emerald. You able to come out here, because I don't want to be held liable, mate. You able to come to site? Because, mate, Andrew, yeah, that's fine, mate. I don't mind if it's 40 minutes or an hour, Andrew. I told you last time, mate. You know what I've been through. It's not for me to deal with this. Andrew, let me finish. I can speak to him if you want. Can I just pass you? Can I pass the phone to him, please? Mate, there you go. Sorry, guys, I got to walk away for a sec because I can't deal with this, mate.
Like, if I jumped in the car now and left, I'd be about half an hour to 40 minutes.
I'm just a bit stressed out over it. Like, it's happened that many times. It's almost like PTSD in a way. It just keeps reoccurring, and it's just like I said, before you had even done any of that electrical, you should have got them to strip the whole thing, all the old wiring, and rerun new wiring. And he agreed and said, yeah, we should have done that.
Yeah.
So why are we in this now? Sorry, I need to step away, mate. I've been through this so many times. But I've never had Worksafe turn up, and here we are. I can't even speak. That's how much it's just. Oh, mate.
Hi, man, all right? Sorry, man, I had to call Worksafe because the job was pretty dangerous.
Sorry,
Yeah.
can you please leave site?
Why is that?
Why?
We just need to see what's going to happen with the Worksafe, you know what I mean?
Same as what you got told at Melton, right? You need to leave the
Yeah?
site, please.
No, sorry, the homeowners called us to do an inspection on this job. It's so unsafe. If it wasn't for us, people would have been hurt here. You should have called Worksafe, not me. Yeah, sure, all right, yeah, we'll come back.
He's never been held accountable for anything that he's done, and now he is, finally. So, Kelly messaged me, the client. He is telling the inspector. That's a lie.
No, don't worry.
No, that's a lie.
That's all right,
He's
that's
not
all right.
progressing the job because he can't find an electrician.
He wanted to call Worksafe on me. We called Worksafe on him, mate, on his own job. He's coming.
Only the builders.
He's being recorded
Always.
as well. What happened, man? You all right?
Oh, he's like, you might as well pack up and go. I said, okay, but I've come out here and have a look at another project, another day wasted. I'm paying for a rental, right? Who I can't invoice for this. For what? For doing nothing? When is enough, man? Like, it's too much, and there's only so much you can put up with. He has said to me, you know, I do want to make change, and I'm happy to make change, but he just give it a week or two and he's back doing the same thing again. If you're not dodgy, yeah, you wouldn't run away from your problems, right? You'd face them head on.
But that's what he's done with the career wrap job.
Yeah.
And he's done that with the first job. As soon as he's got direction to fix, bang, see you later, exiting the contract. And I betcha he might even do the same thing here.
I didn't really do any structural work or any work at that multi project. I walked in there, excuse my language, the first thing I told Andrew is the whole job is fucked. Right.
So send me a bill for today.
Mate, I'm not sending you no bill, Andrew, mate. Oh, look what you've thrown me into, Andrew. Not only this job, mate. How many other jobs? How many? Your inspector from Baronia called me, Mark.
What are you going to do, man, with this job? It's bad, man.
Well,
Andrew,
the owner would pay an
for what?
electrical variation
Andrew,
in front of the house.
Andrew, what
But
variations?
what about the cladding? The cladding's pretty bad. You got to admit.
Just incomplete.
Andrew,
Yeah, but
so why don't
she paid for
you
it.
stay and conversate with us like a mature
But
person?
hey, how about we just resolve
every
it?
time.
Hey, Andrew, I'm serious. How about we just try to resolve it with the homeowner? I feel sorry
Let's
for him,
work
man.
out what to do, rather than run away all the time.
So, you want to write a party to the contract?
I'm saying, how about we can
Alright,
resolve
so
it?
Can you explain to me then? Because I'm here wasting my day and my time again because of you.
Shady.
What?
I paid your last invoice. Send me your bill and I'll pay it.
It's not about the money, mate. I don't care about the money. You know what you're doing. Seriously, bro. It's just.
Oh, see, I told him, let's resolve it. He
There you go. Look at him. Look how he drives off.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
Oh, mate, he's so pissed.
There you go, mate. It's here, bro. Like, do you see what I've been putting up with and dealing with? But that's what upsets me, bro. Is, as I said, you approach a VBA, they tell you try to resolve it with him. How do you resolve something with him if it's always like that?
So Worksafe has come to the job, deemed unsafe. Where the hell's your swims, mate? Second thing, ESV is going to come soon. Energy Safe Victoria has just arrived to the job site. There is dangerous electrical connections here. There's live wires on the floor. There's exposed wires. Reported it and straight away they were here. We're talking about 6 hours they were here. So let's go have a look.
I'm just going to ask you if you give me permission to enter your property for the purposes of checking compliance with the Electricity Safety Act 1998.
Go for it.
Go for it?
Yep.
You happy for me to do that?
Yep. I'll tell you right now that the bathroom was roughed in by the builder.
Okay, you can tell me that straight away.
I saw him.
You saw him do it? Okay.
Saw him do it.
All right.
One of my kids actually got a shock because Andrew took off a cover off a light switch and it was there, but it was exposed wires, and she didn't realise, and she grabbed the wires to turn the switch on.
Yep.
I took her to the hospital because she got shocked.
How long ago was that?
That was 2 years ago.
I actually got my people to do a bit of a search on the certificates of electrical safety, and there was a company here that issued 3 certificates, and I think the third one from memory, and I'll have a look in a minute, they actually said that this is the work we've done, we haven't finished it, because the contract was cancelled. So I don't know if that was cancelled by you.
No, I've had nothing. Anything that's been done is through the builder.
Yeah, I'm really interested to hear in greater detail what you saw him do with regards to the electrical wiring and any electrical work.
Okay.
I'm interested to hear in more detail what happened with the shock and whether or not you saw him change that switch over, or if somebody here saw him do that. If he hasn't got an electrician's licence, or if he's not a licensed electrical installation worker, he's not permitted to do any electrical installation work at all. With your permission, which you've given me permission, Zahir will show me obviously what he's seen and what he's found. We'll document that, and then I'll come back to you, and we can sit down and talk about what the next steps are and how we go about approaching it.
Okay, no worries.
Wonderful.
I'll be downstairs then.
Thanks so much.
No worries. Thanks for that.
All right, nice to meet you, man. Thank you for coming.
That's all right, mate.
And I requested with him to isolate the power in those areas, because that's where we're obviously going to be working, and you obviously can't have live power while working.
Yeah, correct.
So I said, hey, when would you get the electrician out there? Just let me know what time. He said, if the electrician doesn't come, I'll be there in 30 minutes to do it myself.
Okay. Did you see him do any electrical work?
Yes.
Okay.
I said, Andrew, shouldn't you not be getting an electrician to do this?
Yep.
He said, oh, no, not for small things like this, mate. I said, okay, you do it. And I even wrote in the message, Andrew, because he asked me to isolate. I said, Andrew, I do not touch electrical, mate. That's plumbing and electrical, not a chance in the world.
All right, so basically, this sort of stuff is a breach of the Electricity Safety Act 1998.
Hey, Stefan, how are you?
Hi, Azia.
Thanks for coming, man. On such early notice, I appreciate you coming.
No problem, mate.
Mate, I want to show you this job, man. It is one of the worst jobs, yeah? Homeowner has paid all the progress payments except the last payment.
Yeah.
We're talking about cladding, fixing, framing, everything's been paid.
Is the job at the back?
This is the job.
Nah.
This is the job, the whole thing.
Jesus. Hello, how you going?
Oh yeah, I've had better years, months.
This is Stefan, he's a registered building practitioner. I just got him here to have a look at the job and see if we can find, you know, get a price of how much it will cost to rectify, just a ballpark. Come have a look.
Wow.
There's two posts here supposed to be installed, not installed. The gutter is supposed to be also, the fascia and gutter has to be new, hasn't been done.
Wow.
Cladding's incomplete. These are the items, all right? And then we've got the windows and doors.
Yeah.
Has to be as well replaced, double glazing.
Yeah.
Nothing installed.
Nothing's been done.
There's supposed to be decking here. This section has to be decking, and look, you can fall more than 1 meter and no barrier.
Yeah, well.
You've got the drainage, not connected. The cladding has been exposed for more than 3 months. That's already in breach of technical data sheet.
Yeah, but they haven't done nothing here as well.
Well,
No
tell me
flashings.
what do you think? He's actually built these windows himself.
Yeah, well. This is all exposed as well.
Yeah, no external angles and no flashing. The cladding has been painted and the nails overdriven, not even filled. They just freaking painted it and whatever, bro. You've got this section from here to here, it's supposed to be decking. He's
decking, cladding?
Yeah,
So,
he's put this axle because it's easier.
The whole thing moves.
Yeah, so fixed. Check at the barriers, incomplete barrier. All right, here, incomplete barrier.
Hope there's no kids living in here.
There is. Would you do this type of work, mate? For real? Have you ever seen something like that?
That's a joke.
He's been paid for that.
He's been paid for all this work. And there's kids living in the house
Yeah.
as well, and he's got he's literally been that negligent that he's leaving gaps like that of about 500, 600 mil in the balustrade, so any kid can just walk, crawl out, fall, and they're falling a good 1.7 metres here.
Yeah. Look at that eave sheet.
Yeah, well.
It's about the job.
Yeah.
What do you think of the stairs? Do you like that? 1945?
Well, mate, that would bounce around. That would bounce around like a trampoline. Look at this. And look, all the nails here are coming out as well. So he's split the timber.
Maybe that's why they put this there?
Yeah, well, it's probably. I mean, he should have done that for all of them, to be honest, if that's the case.
Oh my goodness.
And then look at the step here anyway. What's he doing? What's the finish out here? It's here. It's 1/2 metre step there. How long has this job been sitting here for?
3 years. Fucking look at the spiders, mate. They're loving it.
Spiders are getting in and out of there. This whole wall, this whole back wall needed all to be cladded.
Yeah.
Eave sheets.
Everything, cladded, everything, yeah.
Flashing running up the wall, isolation
Not
paper,
done yet.
flashing, nothing's been done.
Nothing's been done. This section here of the home is the new extension. And have a look, there's the plaster.
Yeah, well.
He's just put isolation for you. He said, mate, you know, tough luck, mate.
But this is now almost acting as a retaining wall as well. Technically, you've got soil that's higher than the wall, which means that it's also acting as a retaining wall. I doubt that a 1945 stud wall with some plaster on the inside edge of it is sufficient for a retaining wall.
They just left it like that.
Yeah, a good builder would have given. What's he done here?
I don't know, man. This is all his work.
He's just put a garden tap on there to turn the water off, on and off.
Garden tap. Look at this, man. What is this, man? Like, what I'm trying to say is that this guy's been paid.
He's been paid to do this.
For the cladding section already.
Yeah, he's missing half the cladding.
And it's defective.
Yeah.
This has been exposed more than 3 months. It's embedded also. It's actually in the soil.
It's in the soil, which has to be 30 mil up.
Yeah.
But even look at this. Look at the cutouts here. around the hot water service as well. He hasn't even finished it off. So anything in there, that's okay. People can get into. Oh, you can almost fit a small child through that gap. This would be leaking like a sieve inside though as well, yeah? Water's not getting anywhere where it needs to go. Look at the garden bed he's got. He's got a new designed hanging garden bed coming from the gutter here.
It looks like to me, he wanted to put the cladding on. Hey, I've done the cladding, bro. Can he pay the progress payment now?
I don't know what he's done here. Looks like someone's tried to break him with a
grinder,
chainsaw or something. And then he's got no fixings at the bottom of the window here.
Yeah, see there. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, just shove it in, man. Done.
Yeah.
Have a walk here and tell me how you feel like you being a homeowner walking here, man.
This is. I'm actually be worried to walk through here myself. I reckon this would move like no tomorrow here.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh damn. Yes. You're all right.
This is what happens when you've got a 12-metre span of no supporting post, and then in between the two fascias that are joined, they've just put a couple of blocks, I guess. I mean, this on a rainy day, on a windy day, sorry, this has got a lot of uplift.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good at all. Let's go inside.
So we're talking about a whole demo bathroom. Well, how much would you do it for? Like ballpark, 25 grand minimum?
Demo redo, you're looking minimum 25 to 30,000.
Yeah, so we've got this bathroom, complete demo job. Yep. Cladding, ready to be redone.
The cladding needs to come off and be redone.
All right,
I don't think anyone will warrant the rest of his work. Looking at
we've got painting as well. Like you know, just get a painter here. At least 5 grand.
5 grand for a painter.
I mean,
I don't think you'll get a painter in Bali for 5 grand.
Exposed electrical works here as well. It's all live. Yeah. So you need an electrician here as well to finish. Yeah. You need plasterer as well. Look, plasterer.
Look at this.
What is it? Oh my goodness.
What are we looking at?
The glazing.
Look at the glazing here.
He's back.
Another melted.
This is Stefan, the builder I was telling about.
Mate,
Who did the stairs here with the blocks?
Andrew did that.
Yeah, this is
the builder did the stairs.
Yeah.
Bro,
the builder did the stairs.
He's done the same staircase as what he did outside, so using 90 by 45 pine. I'm going to say it's spanning maybe 1,300.
1.39.
1,300, not bad. That's why it felt so bouncy up there. Normally, you contract a stair contractor. They'll come out, they'll have stringers, right? These side pieces are called your stringers. They'll have them, they'll be checked out. So your treads, your runs and risers sit on them and they're supported correctly. Something of this span, unless the stringers are really, really wide and the treads can support themselves, you'd probably have a center stringer. Or if not a center stringer, you're gonna have some type of prop or bracing underneath these stairs to make sure the middle doesn't bounce around when you step on it. Whereas like this is something we would do, to be honest, temporarily on site if you had a large step or something. We'd do it like this, a couple of boys throw some sticks of timber together, just so then we could access an area. But we'd knock it down and actually do a proper set of stairs. Look at these floor joists here. These should be driven. There should be minimum 5 nails on each side of the bracket.
Oh my goodness.
These should have the 3 nails in the holes. They're not, that's missing. This has got 1 and a, what do you reckon, Nikos? 1 and a pinch.
Look at the way they're done.
These ones here, I don't know, he's used a new method of cross nailing maybe. Never seen that one before. These nails are sticking out more than they're driven in. Honest opinion, this looks like a temporary job. Like it looks like this is what you would do if you were doing a temporary scaffold over a stair void or something like that. This is not how you do it. No way this has been passed, the inspection's been passed. Now these cylinder posts, these are old as well. You can't be using that to brace stairs and the subfloor with. This should have, by rights, this should have come out and it should have been a wall, like a stair void wall built here. So instead of actually building a wall, he's just used these old posts to batten off.
Yeah.
He's done battens at 1,800 setters.
Yeah.
So that would move like crazy.
So the homeowner's like got it worse than you thought?
Yeah. For a builder to take this over, the only way you would guarantee it and warrant it is to make sure it's been done properly. What's the only way to do that, Zia?
To demo and start again.
That's the only way.
100%, unless they...
Engage an engineer, engage an actual builder.
They need a proper assessment. This is worse than I thought, man.
Yeah. I'm getting anxiety, I need to have a smoke. That's what I need. If I was, some of the clients that I have, if I was to leave even the smallest work that this guy's done for even a weekend, that'd crucify me. So this has been done, like this has been left like this for 3 years, and you're still throwing in a compliment about it here and there. I'm surprised.
But the thing is, it creeps up on you. You don't start like this. Like, it wasn't like this at the start. He was here a lot more often, but towards the last 18 months, where he's been doing less and less and less, it's really a bit of a psychological throw you a bone. Like, he will go, hey, Shane will be on site for a couple of days, and you go, cool, that's awesome, and you'd be so grateful for having someone here that you wouldn't realise that nothing was getting done. Is it bad?
All right, so I went on the roof, looked at the cladding, went under the house. From the roof, there's a couple of non-compliant items in terms of the sarking. Doesn't enter the eaves gutter. That's in breach of the bell rating. You've got the cladding incomplete throughout. Not only it's not complete, it's non-compliant. The fixings, it being exposed to the weather for more than 3 months, not painted, the walls are not plumb, so you got to rip it off and do it again. Then if you look at the plans, there's actually a 20 mil foil board that's supposed to be installed, this insulation. He's put sarking there. Did you know about that?
Look, I wouldn't know what I was looking at, so I wouldn't.
So that's like thicker insulation that's supposed to be installed, but he didn't install it. In the subfloor, there's supposed to be bats insulation, not sarking. He's just put sarking. There's supposed to be actually insulation bats installed.
Oh.
Nothing there. The doors and windows not being replaced yet at the extension area.
Yeah, we know that.
The gutters have to be new gutters and fascias, not done yet. The water ponding around the whole site, that's in breach of his own plans. His own plans state that other than Australian standards. All the bathrooms are non-compliant. Got to rip them out, do them again. The floor level here in this extension section is also out of tolerance. You haven't even technically moved in after the completion of the job, and it's not compliant already. It's normally 24-month warranty and it's already over the warranty. So there's a lot of work to do here, and you're telling me you owe this guy, let's just say you owe him 30 grand, it's not enough. That's why I got Stefan, who's a registered builder, to come and give me an estimate. I sent him my report. Yeah, he had a look at the job. I showed him around, spent like a couple of hours around the whole job, went under the floor, everything, and he came with an estimate.
I've got a little bit of a list that I've come up with. So I'll just read it out. Make the site safe. We've got removal of all the rubbish down the driveway, removal, supply and install of all the windows, including the 3 that weren't completed yet. But these windows that aren't to Australian standards need to be to Australian standards. Rectifications of all framing items. There was some on your inspection report. There's some that I've noticed as well. Being a carpenter by trade, this is what we do day in, day out as well. Rectification of all those staircases that look to me as if they were temporary staircases, built by 90 by 45, it's just not enough. Rectification of all the decking, especially this one here at the rear. Unless there's an engineer certificate on this, or unless an engineer specified the way that's been built, then we can let it go. But from my experience, there's no chance that an engineer would engineer that the way that's been built. Obviously the front porch needs to be all rectified and completed. That hasn't been started. Removal and rectification works to all the external walls. So to jump off what Zia was saying, to remove all the cladding. We have to remove the cladding and start again. With the cladding works, installation of the subfloor insulation, there's non-existent at the moment. Due to all that water that's been ponding, on my report I've included to run an Aggie drain throughout the whole external part of this property, just to stop any more moisture or water ponding up against the property. Finish off the front porch, including the installation of the props to the roof fascia, which at the moment you've got a beam that spans about 12 metres. It jumps around like a trampoline out there. Check, remove and rectification works of all electrical and plumbing works. That's obviously a very important one due to electrical works being non-compliant can result to death. So we definitely need to get that done. Removal of all the wet areas and redo the 2 bathrooms and the laundry. They're all non-compliant works. They're going to leak like a sieve, as you mentioned. Going from that now, we're going to do obviously all the completion works of the plaster works. What else do we have here? All the internal fix, the completion of the flooring that hasn't been done, installation of the wood heater to compliant, because that's obviously not compliant at the moment. Completion of all balustrades throughout, repair of all roofing defects and roofing works, and then there's obviously the hidden costs, which are the warranty insurance, the engagement with an engineer, and site costs, which these site costs would include things like handrail and scaffolding. So we've come back with a raw estimate figure of somewhere around 200 to 250K.
So it's exactly the same as what we've paid to date.
I wouldn't be surprised if it went more than that, to be honest.
Do they do after?
Like, what do you do too when you're locked in with the bank?
Yeah.
And it's a huge amount of money, and you've got it's all on the line. So it's a where do you go?
Yeah.
We get stuck. Like, where do we go from here? How do we get a house that's finished?
Worksafe came here, did their investigation. ESV came here, did their investigation. We've got our report. We've got an estimate. We've got a lot of evidence now to take back to the VBA.
Yep.
The best course of action is that if this builder disappears or dies or goes bust, you can access his insurance. You can get up to $300,000 for all the non-compliant works, which is so good. That means you can they'll pay you out, you'll get another builder, bang.
But that involves him
going disappearing, which I think he will. I mean, we've got the first victim, Christine. She's already suing him for nearly $500,000. That's massive pressure on him. The Courier-Up people as well, they've engaged a lawyer. They're going to chase him for all the damages. And how can he defend all that? He's just going to have to close down.
Yeah.
And it's not like a $5,000, $10,000 rectification. We're talking about
it's a lot of work.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's just not fair.
No, that's the thing. We don't have another 200 to 250 grand to fix the work that
was supposed to be compliant.
That's supposed to be compliant.
And how do you know? You're trusting a registered building practitioner to do the proper work, and you're trusting the system. You know.
Well, the system doesn't want to know about us, so.
What the hell is that?
As in, when we ring VBA, they say we don't. They didn't even tell us about DRVBA. He didn't even offer that as a process on the phone. It was just we don't want to know. It's a CAB issue. Go away. I'm like, you're watching the video from Christine's job. You can't tell me that is a one-off. We've been trying to work out how do we resolve this issue and how do we keep going. And when you go looking for information, we were like, well, obviously we just have to stick it out. So, because the next choice is mediation. Well, I talk to him all the time. I don't need mediation to get the problems fixed. I'm already in. And then we know that it's a couple of years with VCAT. It's just not, and at no point is there anything there for the owners of the houses.
Well guys, it's been an eventful day. When we first showed up here, we thought that we were gonna just document another schmozzle for the Worst Builder Award 2024. But instead, there were some serious developments throughout the day. Not only that the trades are starting to talk against this builder, but the authorities are also on this guy's case. Hopefully with all these things happening right now, the homeowners can get some kind of justice. Else, they're gonna have to pay for the whole thing again. Until next time, let's go.